What do you get when you cross a pirate with a sex offender? RRRRRRRR Kelly. What dog breed always arrives in second place? Silver Retrievers. Two brothers Matt and John go camping in the woods. When they arrive where they want to camp, they make dinner, have a few beers, but realize they forgot one of their two one-person tents at home. They decide to play rock/paper/scissors to see who gets to sleep in the tent and who has to sleep outside. Matt wins, and so they both climb in their sleeping bags, with Matt in the tent, and go to sleep. A few hours later, a group of blackout drunk campers stumble across their camp and decide to be jackasses and start beating the crap out of John. John struggles to groggily defend himself before the drunkards run off laughing into the night. John stumbles over to Matt in the tent and yells at him to wake up, explaining what has just occurred. Matt, who is a notoriously heavy sleeper, has actually heard none of this, and angrily tells John to go back to sleep. John, still very groggy and dizzy, thinks that perhaps he has imagined it and that he maybe drank more than he thought. He climbs back into his sleeping bag and falls quickly back to sleep. About 30 minutes later, the group comes back and discover that their prey hasn't vacated the campsite, so they proceed to lay into John again with punches and kicks, and again running off cackling into the night. Sure of himself this time, John stumbles over to his brother Matt and after a struggle wakes him up again. He swears up and down that he is not dreaming and that there are people coming and beating him up. Matt accuses John of just being mad that he had to sleep outside and decides he doesn't want to deal with his whiny brother and heads outside to sleep instead. John is insistent about his experience, but Matt doesn't listen, and they eventually fall asleep again, having exchanged places. The drunks come back another hour later and see their victims are really still there and decide to do their jackass antics and beat up the person again. But when getting closer, one of them has a change of heart and says, "Dude man, you know I really feel sorry for this guy. Let's fuck up the one in the tent. I went to a beekeeper. I asked him for a dozen bees. When he counted them out, there were 13. I said, hey, you gave me an extra one. He said that's a freebie. How are assholes and 9-volt batteries similar? Even though you know not to, you still put your tongue on them anyways. Please smash the like button, and subscribe to my channel.